Hey there, and welcome to I Reckon I Read It, the podcast where two Okie gals talk books, share recs, and don't hold back on their mighty big opinions. I'm Beccah.
And I'm Summer. We're so glad you're here. Go ahead and grab some sweet tea, get cozy, and get ready for some good old-fashioned book talk.
We've got a whole heap of books to talk about, and we reckon you're going to want to stick around.
Hi, Beccah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Honey. You were supposed to do it.
Sorry. I didn't get my cue.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Summer.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Are you doing just a little bit better today because of what happened last weekend?
Wait.
We are the champions.
Literally thought you were talking about the snake.
No, not the snake that was in your house.
Yeah, I had a snake in my house. I got a snake in my boot. I've made that joke twice tonight. I gotta stop.
No, I'm talking about the fact that we won Hunger Games book trivia.
We did, and it was amazing. We went to like a local trivia night hosted by some of our friends in the book world.
All Booked OKC, a local group that shout out a lot of book events around the city, the metro area.
And they've started doing these little like trivia nights, and it was a lot of fun.
And at this point now, we are 2 for 2.
Guys.
We won Lord of the Rings trivia a couple months ago. We won Hunger Games trivia this time, which I will say, we definitely needed to win because we did way too much preparation for this.
Oh, way too much.
Our whole team read all 3 original trilogy books.
But then we were all assigned one to like deep dive on. And I don't think very many questions were even asked for mine that I deep dived on.
No, not really for Mockingjay. But I made like a bullet point study guide for my book.
But you know what?
And it came in clutch.
It came in clutch because we tied with another team and we had tiebreaker questions. And Summer had like detailed all these like little bullet point list or whatever. And one of them was obviously the districts. And one of the people on our team, like, that was their job. You know every one of these districts.
Just memorize this paper.
Memorize this page. And he was like, I'm on it. And one of the tiebreaker questions, like, whoever can, like, turn it in first with all the districts. And he literally just, like, looked, grabbed the paper, and head down, like,
what each district was known for.
And killed it.
Yeah. We got it.
It was amazing.
We won. We are the champions. We are the
No
champions.
time for losers.
Yeah, that one felt real good.
It did. But I will say I'm really trivia cocky now. Like, I think that I don't know if there's anyone better at trivia than me. Like our team.
Okay.
Not me specifically.
Have we flown too close to the sun?
I think so.
Yeah, we are Icarus.
Well, nice one. In a couple weeks, there's a Twilight one. But you know what? I just read all the Twilight books, so I feel like I'm going to be pretty fresh on that too.
And see, you and I actually had several fights.
Yes, we did.
Because I have forgotten many of the details from the books and only remembered things from the movies. And you were like, well, actually, that is not correct.
I think what's going to be harder for me is I just also finished Midnight Sun.
Oh, yeah.
And so now I feel like I'm going to be confused because now I know everything from Edward's perspective instead of Bella's, and I'm a little worried about it. Because, like, what if that changes some things in my head? Oh, like, which book did that happen in? Did that happen? Did he think it happened? Did she?
Time will tell if our trivia streak will continue.
I think it will. I think we're going to, I don't know, though. So there are some twi-hards out there. And I'm just a little old newbie. And you know what? I'm going to kill them all. Like, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
That was really
It's
aggressive.
that newborn vampire blood in you.
Ooh.
Okay, should we move on?
I guess. I mean, I guess the people, they're not wanting to hear about
The people.
the person.
You think we have one listener?
Just one. To the person out there, I will take you on in trivia. But we can move on.
Okay, I've got a spur of the moment question for you.
Okay.
Switching gears. I would like to know what your ideal genre mashup for a book would be. If you could take 2 genres and put them together. It could already exist, or is there something else that you would like to exist?
To like invent one? Okay, well, I would say like my default, probably favorite mashup already exists that I do would be fantasy with romance.
Romantasy.
But I will say, yes, I do love romantasy. You all know that. But I like where it's romantasy, where it's like ACOTAR fantasy romance. But I also love Lord of the Rings with a really smaller romance kind of happening in the background. It doesn't have to be this huge, massive. Because sometimes I think with romantasy, we can have this conversation later, but like the romance is so important.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't call Lord of the Rings romantasy.
No, not at all. And so it's like, I like fantasy even with like an element of like love and romance, if that makes sense. Like I like both. So like that mashup I like, but I do love romantasy. But I also just like heart Aragorn. And he can love me.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty great.
I think that, okay. So my favorite genres are probably fantasy, obviously. So I'm going to take that one out. The other thing I say cannot have fantasy in it.
Okay.
I want to pick like a weird mashup that I think could work. I'm like nonfiction romance. And you're like, that's just still nonfiction. I still think I would probably want, I have a soft spot for like a love story.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, okay, like a romance with like a side mystery, not the flip.
Oh, okay. Not a mystery with romance.
Like.
So like the Ally Carter, Most Wonderful Crime of the Year.
But that's a good question. Is the romance first or is the mystery first?
Are they equal?
I think I would want one like heavy romance.
Okay.
Capital R romance. With like little M mystery.
Okay.
I think I would like that better. I think you would flip that.
Oh, I would read either.
You would read either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So, do you have more?
No, I'm good there. I mean, I could keep going, but.
Well, I know that right now there is a lot of genre mixing. Like, it's a trend in publishing right now that a lot of blending of genres is happening. So, like, there's a lot, especially with romance, that I'll eat them up. Like all the like Silvia Moreno Garcia, Isabel Canas. Like, I think they're calling that horror romance.
Horror romance?
Yeah, which is kind of hard to say.
It's going to start sounding like.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say. There could be a child listening. Probably not.
A child. Obviously romantasy. Okay. I heard someone, shout out to Book Bro Clay. He made like a little Instagram reel the other day about sci-fi romance and how he wants more of that. But he called it science friction.
Ooh.
And I kind of like it.
I like it.
I don't know that it's as like easily identifiable that that's romance and sci-fi.
I mean, but that's what makes it more mysterious.
Okay.
What about inanimate object thriller?
I would read it.
Yeah, she would. Or like an inanimate object romance, but like somehow there's a mystery going on in it, or a thriller, a suspense, and they gotta like run out of the house and grab whatever the object is. So like, oh no, I've got to also take the TV remote with me to protect it, or I've got to I've got to go grab the bar of soap before I can't leave the bar of soap in the shower.
Nice one.
Yeah.
I would read it. I reckon I would read that.
I mean, I might read that too, to be honest. I'm not asking for that genre, but I would be here for it. Make sure you get the lint out of the washing machine on our way out.
The lint man.
Not the lint man. These people are like, what are they talking about?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. It is a genre.
Okay.
Ooh,
Well,
what would be your favorite though? Like, what's your favorite mashup?
but that's just,
You made me answer it.
Well, I just said like 3. But I have to pick from those?
Well, you just said you would be interested in those.
Oh no, I love that like horror romance. You know what I'm saying. Okay.
That's like that would be one of your favorite, a horror romance.
Yes, Beccah.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but
romance in the midst of like all of this, there's so much like angst. And you know, okay. I don't know that we've ever talked. Okay. There's so many things firing in my brain right now, Beccah, of ways that we could turn this
away
to a spotlight segment. Have you ever heard of like trauma bond tropes and things? Like,
yeah, but like sometimes if I'm reading that, don't get me wrong, I get a trauma bond. But like sometimes I'm like, this is the moment. Like this is the moment you need to stop right now and like have some friction or like do whatever. Like you need to be running.
You don't read horror though.
I don't, so I really don't even know what happens in it. But it's like, oh, there's a scary person with an axe coming at you, and you're like, oh, let's go make out real quick behind this tree.
Well, I mean that happens in slasher movies, and then they die. So
right,
that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
No,
that's all that I think whenever you say a horror romance. I'm like, someone's breaking into my house in the middle of the night with a chainsaw, and I'm like, hey, let's make out real quick.
You could,
and then we'll run. But we got to run upstairs first.
If you do that, you're going to die.
Right. They always do that, though.
That's not what I'm talking about. You got to read Vampires of El Norte.
I know. I have it. It's yours.
I know. You've had it for 6 months.
I know. I borrowed it at the end of Halloween, and then it turned Christmas. And I was like, well, it kind of feels weird now. So I need to... I'm past the holidays. I feel like I can bring it up now, and it would just feel like a normal book.
Yeah. But I do say... science fiction, because I talked about this a couple episodes ago, the like Murderbot Diaries books. I have been eating those up, like eating them up. Like, what is it? Someone say eat them like chips. Someone at our book club the other day said I could eat it like chips.
I'm just eating it like chips. Got a bowl of popcorn in my hand.
They are so good. And I'm like so into the sci-fi right now. So give me romance with it.
See, again, where my head goes is there's this little robot going around going beep boop bop beep boop boop, and this like not robot or maybe another robot is like, should we be saving the world right now from this like major like I don't know crazy technology thing that's going to destroy the whole world if we don't fix it in I don't know 1 minute and 43 seconds, and this robot's like beep boop boop bop beep. And that's him hitting on the other one.
Okay. Thanks for translating that there.
And then the other one's like, beep.
Keep it coming. I mean,
and then they like slowly move together. Because you know, also when I think of like robots, like I still think like the Star Wars like they're like the old school like
rolling
clunky like, robots that are rolling together, and it's like, and then they're like. That's the metal hitting.
I wish you guys could see the gestures happening right now.
And they're trying to like have a little intimate scene, but it's just like their metal hitting together. And they're accidentally hitting all the buttons, but the wrong buttons, not the right buttons. But and so it's like
okay, I'm gonna stop you.
Okay,
I'm gonna turn this around. So romantasy is just like a human woman and a snake plant.
Okay,
saying let's do the spell, but wait first before
sometimes.
The evil sorcerer can let's stop.
Okay, I was gonna use Akatar as an example. Like you're telling me in this war scene in this book that the two main characters just think like it's a good time to be like, you know what? I'm just really stressed. Let's go relieve some of that stress real quick in this tent where everyone can hear us. And it's like, it don't really matter. We're mates. Okay. Even when I read that book, I was like, there's a little bit more important things going on right now.
I think our conversation is devolving.
Yeah, because you really bursted my bubble.
With robots.
So anyways, beep boop. I was also going to make a joke that when we were hitting the wrong buttons that like one would accidentally turn the other one off. Another pun.
That's a good one too.
And it would be like...
I'm really loving the sound effects tonight.
And then the one that didn't get turned off would be like, well, crap, now I got to save the world by myself because they're recharging. It's like if we would have just done that first
I
and then
think-
celebrated later.
I think you should write this book.
I think I should too.
Mm-hmm. Someone who doesn't read sci-fi.
Oh yeah, like I 100% also know that's not what sci-fi is. But anytime I hear sci-fi, I'm like big clunky old robots like on
In
two
space.
in space on two wheels. Like that's where my head goes immediately.
Nice.
And
Okay.
then I have to be like, you know what? They can also be Roomba vacuums.
Okay. I'm stopping it. I'm calling it.
She knows my reference, and I am disappointed that she didn't give me more than that. So it's okay.
I love the Roomba robot. You know I do. Okay. It's time for one of our favorite parts of the show, our weekly reading roundup.
This is where we each share what we just finished, what we're currently reading, and what's up next in the old TBR.
Okay, Beccah, what have you recently finished?
Oh, summer. You know, I was really reading some books that were bringing me down
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And I needed a good romance.
Hmm.
And on my Libby account, this book that I put on hold like so long ago came up, and I was like, oh, I'll read that one. But then realized it was number 3 in the series. And I was like, well, it's okay because they're like interconnected, but they're not.
Yeah, you can do that with a romance.
And you can do that. And so I was like, I think I'll just start there. But then I was like, I Googled it first. I was like, should I read them in order? Like, does it really matter? Because sometimes they're like, no, it doesn't matter. But they said the book I was going to read, they were like, I think you probably will want book 1. Again, not needed, but would be very helpful.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, well, let me just see if I can find book 1. So I did. So I started one of those romance series, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's only 4 books, I think. So, and honestly, this came out. A lot of people have probably already read it. 2022. When in Rome by Sarah Adams.
Okay.
I know you've heard of it.
I have, and I've never read Sarah Adams, but I know that a lot of people love her.
Mm-hmm. The covers are cute. I've seen them at the bookstore like a lot. Like they're all fun, like little cute, cartoony covers. But I was really interested in the one that like I had put on like a want to read because I think I like saved it on a TBR, not really realizing that it was like a part of a series. And then when I realized it was this series, I was like, oh, well, I wanted to read that anyways. So, well, let me read the blurb.
Okay.
And there was a lot of things about this that I thought maybe I wouldn't like it, but then I ended up liking it. I wouldn't say loving it, but I ended up liking it. Okay. Opposites certainly attract for the standard pop star and small town baker in this charming slice of romance from the author of the TikTok sensation, The Cheat Sheet.
I've heard of that one too.
Amelia Rose, known as Ray Rose, to her adoring fans, is burned out from years of maintaining her princess of pop image, which again, I'm not a big pop star book fan. So, inspired by her favorite Audrey Hepburn film, Roman Holiday, she drives off in the middle of the night for a break in Rome, Kentucky, that is. When Noah Walker finds Amelia on his front lawn in her broken down car, he makes it clear he doesn't have the time or patience for celebrity problems. He's too busy running the pie shop his grandmother left him.
LOL.
LOL. And reminding his nosy but lovable neighbors to mind their own bleep business. Despite his better judgment, he lets her stay in his guest room, but only until her car is fixed. Then she's on her own.
This is just a stranger?
Yeah, but I'll explain
Okay.
why.
Sorry. I don't mean
No,
to
you're
interrupt.
fine. Then Noah starts to see a different side of Ray Rose. She's Amelia, kind-hearted and goofy, yet lonely from years in the public eye. He can't help but get close to her. Soon she'll have to return to her glamorous life on tour, but until then, Noah will show Amelia all the charming town experiences she's been missing, and she'll help him open his heart to more. Amelia can't resist falling for the cozy town and her grumpy tour guide, but even Audrey had to leave Rome eventually. Okay. When I read the blurb for that one at first, I was kind of like, I don't really like pop star romances. And yeah, some weird things like, wait, you just like the stranger? But obviously he knows who she is. She's this famous celebrity.
And so he lets her stay in his house for the night?
Well, so she like leaves town, wherever, LA, I don't remember, to like get away. Right? She doesn't tell anyone she's leaving. And she breaks down. It's like the middle of the night, but it's in his front yard.
Was she trying to get to Rome, Kentucky?
Yes.
Okay.
So have you ever watched Roman Holiday?
Yes.
Okay, so for all of the people out there listening, basically Roman holiday, Audrey Hepburn, she's like a princess, and she basically escapes
her like security detail, right?
Her security detail, and kind of does like lives this like little weekend in Rome with, was it Cary Grant?
I don't remember.
That up? I don't think it's Cary Grant. Is it? It doesn't matter. I mean, and all those Cary Grant fans are like, it does matter. But at the end of Roman Holiday, like she has to go back to her life.
Yeah.
But they like fall in love over this weekend. But at the end, she leaves. And like that's how Roman Holiday. Another spoiler, guys. But you know what? You've had like 50 years to watch that one. So sorry.
I'm not mad at you.
I think you are.
I'm
kidding.
not.
No, I'm just kidding. So she basically there's a reason Audrey Hepburn's so important to her, but she's watching the movie and she's really lonely. And then she's like, I want to just like get away and no one knows where I am. And so she obviously can't go to Rome. And so she just like types in Rome, and the closest one is Rome, Kentucky. So she's like, I'm just going to Rome, Kentucky, like on the blue. That's why she goes.
Okay.
So she breaks down in his yard like in the middle of the night, and she like will not obviously like roll down her window. She's like, this dude's gonna murder me, because she doesn't have her security detail. So she's like freaking out, and he has to like get a character witness basically. There's a reason she stays at his house though, is because the town are all busybodies, and so like the one like B&B in town is booked. It's not really, but she just won't rent her a room because she's trying to make her stay at his house.
Okay. So there's things going on to orchestrate. It's not just like, whoops,
no, he does not want her
Hello,
there.
stranger. Okay.
No, he does not want her there, because there's reasons he's grumpy. He does play a really good grumpy character though. Like he's a good. I don't ever really know if it's like grumpy sunshine. I mean, yes, it is grumpy sunshine, I guess, which is like one character's grumpy, one's happy, but like. It's not like he's magically transformed at the end. Like he's still himself at the end, which I kind of like. I did like him as a lead. Honestly, both the characters are good. There are some parts where it's like really cheesy, if that makes sense, with some of the romance. Not that it was cheesy, just kind of like the way some of it was written. I guess if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like a couple like nods to the like audience in it in weird ways. Like there were a few that stood out to me that I was like, oh, I don't like when that happens, but it was very cute. I will also say spice level, it's closed door.
Okay.
So there are like obviously a couple scenes where they might do something, but it is very like PG on the page. Like there might be some thoughts leading up to it that might not be as PG, but when it actually like starts to happen,
it's not like detailed.
Yeah, it's not detailed. It's definitely closed door, or like a little cracked door maybe. You don't really read a lot on the page. So for people who don't like tons of spice, it's probably a good one. Which, you know, could be why some of the like moments, since I read both, there were some moments that like maybe, not that I like wanted necessarily more spice, but there may have been moments that I wanted more of like those intimate conversations. So I don't know, because there were just like some things that felt like a little short for me.
Okay.
But I thought it was cute, and it was a pop star one that like, it wasn't annoying, like, because she's not like needing to host a concert to save the town. Like it's not anything like that.
Yeah.
If to anything, the town was like my favorite part. And he has 3 sisters, which are the other 3 books in the series. And his sisters are busybodies, and the whole town is busybodies. And so like that part of it is really fun.
Okay.
I like the town, like the pie shop, but it's like,
LOL, he's so busy.
Yeah,
running the pie shop.
But it's like the hardware store, and everyone in town knows she's there. And so it's like they're all just like waiting on their porches, like sweeping in the morning when he walks by, so they can try to like get gossip. But he's grumpy and he's just like won't talk to anybody. It's that stuff's cute.
It sounds cute.
Yeah, that stuff's cute.
Well, I reckon I would read it.
I think you would like it, to be honest. I'm a little bit more excited about, like I said, a couple of the other books about the sisters.
Which is the one that you wanted?
I think it's the 4th one that I wanted.
Do you remember the name?
I can tell you.
So I've wanted to read Sarah Adams before, and I think I've even borrowed the cheat sheet from the library before, and I just haven't gotten to it.
Get to it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I wanted to read In Your Dreams.
Okay.
Which is because Noah's best friend is like a farmer. like the local farmer in town, and it's the local farmer's story
Okay.
with one of his sisters. So it's like the brother's best friend.
Okay, yes, I've seen that cover.
Yeah, so it's like the brother's best friend. And I always like
Yeah.
the brother's best friend,
Trope.
those tropes. I like those tropes. So I was like, oh, that sounds really cute. And then when I found out it was a whole series. So, but that's number 4. So I'm trying to make myself wait because I think it will like pay off because like obviously you love the best friend. So I think getting to like watch him in the other books and then finally get his story at the end will probably be more satisfying.
Very cute.
Which is what I kind of read on Google, which is why I decided to read them in order. I will also say they both have like a lot of baggage and they don't just like brush over it, which I think is good too. Because there is like some traumatic things that have happened like with their parents and like past relationships and like, but I feel like it all like felt like those are real things, if that makes sense. And don't just brush over them just to have like this little side point or whatever. I thought she balanced that really well.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Sorry. What did you just finish?
So everything you said at the beginning of that is really funny because it was the exact same thing I did. I'm also bringing a romance because I had been like reading some heavier things
Been on a
and
wild ride lately.
and I like went to pull up. I was like, I really wanted something Bridgerton-esque because I wanted to stay in that, like just watched the Bridgerton season. And so I knew I wanted like a historical romance. And I went to my tried and true, my love, Mimi Matthews. You knew it. She's gotten a lot of love from us on this podcast. And it was like the one available wasn't number 1. I went ahead and read it though.
Yeah.
So the book that I read.
Yeah. Am I going to need to add this to my...
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Beccah, you're going to need to read this. It's The Belle of Belgrave Square by Mimi Matthews.
Of Belgrave. Oh, I've seen these covers. And I think they might already be on my list because I've seen them.
She is one that she's done a lot of like indie publishing. These have been traditionally published. So like they've been in bookstores. They have audiobooks.
The covers are cute.
Yeah. I listened to the audiobook of it, which was well done. It was so good.
Is the first one the Siren of Sussex?
Yes, it is.
It's available on Libby.
Okay.
Do you need it first?
It's okay. You can.
What if there's only one? I have like 5 books in my Libby. I can wait.
Then wait.
Okay. What if there's like one available and I took it?
And then I just have to wait.
You just have to wait.
Well, let me tell you about this one.
Okay.
It's one where it's like 4 friends. And like, I don't think you have to read them in order. So, okay. So there's a quote from the New York Times book review that says, shiveringly gothic.
Ooh.
Which it does actually have a lot of
It made
like,
you shiver?
No. But it does have a lot of nods to other like gothic things. Like they quote Wuthering Heights. Okay. I'm going to keep going. It's very
It just made me shiver. Ooh.
A London heiress rides out to the wilds of the English countryside to honor a marriage of convenience with a mysterious and reclusive stranger. Oh, I'm like getting excited talking about this.
I have definitely read this blurb. I have read it. I haven't read the book, but I've read this blurb.
Which is funny because you don't read blurbs.
Well, I was trying to find another Mimi Matthews after I finished the Gaslight one, and I think it wasn't available or something.
Okay. Tall, dark, and dour, the notorious Captain Jasper Blunt was once hailed a military hero, but tales abound of his bastard children in his haunted estate in Yorkshire. What he requires now is a rich wife to ornament his isolated ruin, and he has his sights set on the enchanting Julia Witchwood. For Julia, an incurable romantic cursed with a crippling social anxiety, navigating a London ballroom is absolute torture. The only time Julia feels any degree of confidence is when she's on her horse. Unfortunately, a young lady can't spend the whole of her life in the saddle, so Julia makes an impetuous decision to take her future by the reins. She proposes to Captain Blunt. In exchange for her dowry and her hand, Jasper must promise to grant her freedom to do as she pleases, to ride and to read as much as she likes without masculine interference. He readily agrees to her conditions with one provision of his own. Julia is forbidden from going into the tower rooms of his estate and snooping around in his affairs. But the more she learns of the beastly former hero, the more intrigued she becomes.
I was about to be, is this a Beauty and the Beast retelling?
Not really. And there's actually really good author's note at the end where she describes, she makes several like literary allusions to like novels written at the time. Like I think Bluebeard was one. There were a couple others that she like mentioned and like reasons that she did certain plot points in this book because she was referencing those. It was so fun, Beccah.
Okay, I reckon. I mean, I'm in.
You're in. You're sold.
I'm in.
There were like so many good things about this. So many good things about this plot line where like all she wanted to do was like read romance novels, and like he knows a lot about romance novels, and how does this man know about penny romance novels and things? And like he's got a lot of secrets, and
his name's Jasper. Obviously, he has
Captain Jasper Blunt.
Is this the original Jasper from Twilight? This is his pre-story.
No, I think he's a little bit more noble than that Jasper. But
listen, I love Jasper from Twilight, and then Summer was like, just wait.
But he seems like two different men. There's the before the war Captain Blunt and the after the war Captain Blunt, and like what changed? Why
the war?
Well, there may be more there than just that. So, like,
you said he already had his eyes set on her. Like, he was already interested in her before.
Not interested in her.
Just
he
her
knew
money.
that she was an heiress.
Oh, okay.
And he was told by like some like society guy, like, oh, if you're looking for a rich wife, this is an available woman, this is available, but really you want Julia Witchwood because her parents, they're like sickly, they're just going to marry her off to anybody, and she probably doesn't have many prospects anyways, and all this stuff. And then he's like learning that might not actually be the case, but then she proposes to him, and it's so good.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I will say the pacing in this one is interesting, and it's something that I've noticed in like the Bridgerton books. What's her name? What's the author of Bridgerton?
Julia
Quinn.
Julia
Quinn.
Quinn.
Where like it's almost like there's two parts to the book, like leading up to the marriage and then post marriage. And then this book was similar in that they're going to get married, but it doesn't happen until like almost 50% of the way through.
Yeah.
And so there's like all this delicious tension leading up to like, will they, and like, how's it going to happen? And then once they get married, everything changes. And so it's almost like there's two arcs.
Yeah. I feel like I wouldn't say like that is a defining characteristic of like Regency, because I mean, if you think of like Austen, she didn't do that,
right?
But Mimi Matthews is a little bit more modern, but sometimes if I read those like a little bit older, okay, current day older,
historic,
like no, like
90s 2000s,
and yeah, maybe even a little bit earlier, I feel like that was really common. I haven't read a lot of like currently ones written except for Bridgerton and then like the Mimi Matthews that I read. But that is like a thing. Like they get married, because that's actually, I mean, not about to go in here and be like a purist, but that's like some things that bother me about Bridgerton, because I'm like, but there's so much that happens after they get married, and you didn't do any of that in the season because you made the whole season about them getting together.
That's true. Maybe that's more modern lens of like it's all leading up to the marriage, and we're used to like,
because like
the
Anthony
happily
and
ever
Kate's
after that
story. Like, well, first of all, I mean, they did a whole bunch with that one that wasn't in the book. Like, there's no love triangle in the book. The whole sister thing, none of that exists in the book. But they get married pretty quickly for the same reason. Like, they see him, like, trying to get she's
going to be ruined.
Yes, because the bee stings her or whatever. And it's, like, immediate. It's like, oh, they've got to get married now. Well, then you see, like, all, like, their trauma and stuff that they've been through their whole life. And there's these whole other stories
that they have to work through, but after they're married.
And it's like, but they're not just, like, immediately, like, besties, And so it's like, I feel like all that was really missing from like the series.
Well, I think you're gonna love it in this book because there's a lot of similar things, because it is like a marriage of convenience, but it's so delicious and lovely, and I love Mimi. So this was number 2 in the series. I'm gonna go back and read number 1, and it was so good. I'm almost worried that the others won't be as good. I don't know.
I bet you they're all gonna be like that.
Surely, everything I've read by her has been excellent. So
we'll see who gets to that book first.
We will see. Okay, what are you currently reading?
Okay, listen, I have a lot I'm not going to talk about all of them. I have a lot of currently reading. I am struggling with my currently reading, and I'm trying to like tell myself, like, do I need to DNF a couple of these? And I don't do it. And, I have a hard time with it. So I've been really stuck on the Harlem Rhapsody. Like, I'm like...
Still reading it.
I'm
like historical fiction.
Unless it catches me early. It's like I'm 30% in and I'm like, I don't even want to turn it on. But it's not that I don't enjoy it when I listen to it. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
But so there's a couple of those things happening, which is why I was like, I need to read some romance. But then, of course, I finished those because I was like, oh, I can do that in like a day, right?
Yeah.
So I've already talked about this author, and it was just a few episodes ago. But it is not a series. It's a completely different book. So I'm going to talk about it anyways. I can read the same author multiple times. Don't know why I'm getting a defensive.
I'm curious who
anyone's mad. You're not going to guess. Think of an author I just read.
Agatha Christie.
I did just read Agatha Christie, but no. You're not going to guess.
I'm not going to guess.
No. Okay, so it is our good old cat lady. The
Traveling
Cat Chronicles.
Oh.
That book.
Hiro.
Yeah, Hiro.
Arikawa. Why do I remember that?
I don't know. We did go on a deep search about that author.
Yes.
A few weeks ago. That could be why. And you know me, I'm always like so intimidated to try to say it. So I'm just like, yeah. I loved The Traveling Cat. I mean, it's been my favorite book I've read all year.
Wow.
Yeah. And nothing has surpassed it. It's only March. So, we got time. But I was like, I want to read something else by her and see like what I think. And so she has a couple other books on like audiobook format, like on Libby. One called The Passengers on the Hankyu Line. I don't know how to say that, but And then The Goodbye Cat, which is in a same like overarching like cat series she's doing, but it's not like a sequel. They're not connected in any way, if that makes sense. And I was like, I'm going to try it. It sounds very similar in vibes, and that book just moved me so much. So I was like, I'm going to do it. I think you're going to be intrigued by the like synopsis or whatever. Okay. In the much anticipated follow-up to the best-selling and beloved The Traveling Cat Chronicles, 7 cats weave their way through their owners' lives, climbing, comforting, nestling, and sometimes just tripping everyone up on the uplifting collection of tales by international best-selling author Hiro how do we say her last name? Arikawa. Against the backdrop of changing seasons in Japan, we meet Spin, a kitten rescued from the recycling bin, whose playful nature and simple needs teach an anxious father how to parent his own human baby. A colony of wild cats on a popular holiday island show a young boy not to stand in nature's way. A family is perplexed by their cat's undying devotion to their charismatic but uncaring father. A woman curses how her cat will not stop visiting her at night, and an elderly cat hatches a plan to pass into the next world as a spirit so that he and his owner may be in each other's lives forever.
Stop, I'm already crying.
This is why I told you I didn't think you were ready to read these books right now. Bursting with love and warmth, The Goodbye Cat exquisitely explores the cycle of life from birth to death, as each of the 7 stories explores how, in different ways, the steadiness and devotion of a well-loved cat never lets us down. A huge bestseller in Japan, this magical book is a joyous celebration of the wondrousness of cats and why we choose to share our lives with them. Guy Summer literally like has like the teary eyes right now that actors would die for in a movie. Where there's like watering a little bit, like on the verge of tears. They're like glistening in the light, and every actor wishes they had those tears that Summer has in her eyes right now.
Oh, okay. I know you're just doing this to keep me from crying.
Yes.
So thank you for cheering me up. Wow. That sounds so moving.
It is so beautiful. But like the way she writes these stories, because even with the Traveling Cat Chronicles, like I told you, like it's not a sad story. But it is a sad story.
Right.
But it has this just beautiful, like joyous,
there's
like
all the depth.
Exploration of life. Mm-hmm. That like, yeah, like sad things happen in it, but you just feel so like, it's like when someone writes a book about the afterlife, no matter what your thoughts or beliefs or whatever, and you read it and you're like, it like takes a little bit of anxiousness away because it's like, oh, that's beautiful. Even if like, did you ever read like Under the Whispering Door?
No, I haven't read that one yet.
Oh my gosh, by TJ Klune.
Klune.
It is so beautiful. And it's like just like this really hopeful, like, because everyone, you know, like, whatever, I won't go into that. But so it has that feeling to it. Not that we know anything that supposedly is going to happen in the afterlife in these stories, but it's like there's this just like hope in all of them that's so beautiful. So then even when there is death in the stories, like, yeah, you're sad, but it's just like, oh my gosh, I just love that cat so much or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the book is interesting though, because it is like 7 short stories. So like I'm on like story 4 right now. So I've read the first one, which was about the cat who was trying to become the spirit to be with its owner. I really liked that one. That one's also the cat's perspective, like the Traveling Cat Chronicles. The other 3 that I have, well, I've read 2 more fully, and then I'm in like the middle of the 4th one. Those have all been from like the human perspective. But the one about the dad,
the new baby,
because he like has like a lot of like, to be honest, the character's probably neurodivergent, but it's causing like a lot of like marriage problems, and obviously they get pregnant, and he doesn't know what to do. Like the wife goes to spend some time with her mom, like right after she has a baby, just to kind of help her with like those newborn things or whatever. And she's basically like, when I come back, like these things better be done, or like I'm done. Well, he finds this cat in the trash can, and he brings it in because he's like, I can't just leave this cat out there. And so he has to like literally get on the internet, like, how do I take care of a cat? And through learning how to take care of a cat, he like realizes like, oh, well, if a cat can choke on this, think what a baby could choke on. And so then it's like he wakes up through the night to help with the baby feedings, because he's like, oh, well, when I nursed the cat, like I knew like that I'd have to get up every 2 or 3 hours to do it. So like I'm used to that schedule. But she's just shocked because he doesn't have like those type of like social awareness skills, if that makes sense. So like this cat has like completely transformed him. But he's also like a manga artist, because it has all this like fun like Japanese culture surrounding it. And so he's also like drawing all these. It's so good, Summer.
Well, I reckon I'm going to read the heck out of this book.
Yes.
Maybe not for a little bit.
Yeah, probably not right now. But
it sounds amazing.
They're beautiful. Like I didn't know if I would like it as much as the Traveling Cat Chronicles, and still, because that was one full cohesive story. Yeah. At the end of both of them, I'll probably still think the Traveling Cat Chronicles was better, because the like almost like little anthology feel of this one. Yeah. It doesn't make it feel choppy necessarily, but it doesn't feel like I'm reading like a book. Yeah. If that makes sense. I mean, I am, but I'm not. And I mean, no, maybe at the end there will be somehow that they all get tied together, but I doubt it.
I love it when that happens, though.
Yeah. I really feel like it's just going to be like 7 individual stories. So then her other one, the little passengers on the train thing, I think that one also has a cat, but it also has a dog. And I'm like, well, that's next. Obviously, I got to read that one too.
It's going to be like a new hyperfixation.
Which is so funny, because you guys will not be shocked after my whole, like, what comes in my head when I hear sci-fi. But anytime I hear someone talk about a cat novel, guys, I'm like, this cat is literally like in a library solving a mystery, and they're so like, anytime I think about it, I'm just like, that is so cheesy. Like these little cat mysteries, these little cat murder detectives, and I have made fun of them.
Cat murder detectives.
Did you ever watch Wishbone growing up?
No.
I just showed my age. For all of our millennial fans out there.
I'm a millennial.
Yeah, okay, well, an older millennial fan. All of our old millennial fans out there, when I just said Wishbone, I just took you back. I think Wishbone is kind of why when I hear, which don't mishear me, Wishbone was amazing. It was a dog who would get thrown into classic literature stories, and he'd be one of the characters.
That sounds
so it'd be like
amazing.
They were amazing. So he would be like Sherlock Holmes, and it would be like a dog
in a coat,
and like and it was like a live action dog. They were great. I'm going to show you an episode of Wishbone.
Okay.
But
you've been making fun of these cat books.
Oh, for years. Like me and like some of our closest friends, like we have gifted each other murder mystery cat books as gag gifts at Christmas.
The disrespect.
Yeah, and so I feel like I owe cats everywhere an apology. I feel like I owe the cat detectives an apology. Maybe your book has some clout. Is it from your perspective? I need to have a conversation with the cat detective.
You need to have a conversation with the cat.
With the cat. So any cat detective book fans out there?
Any cats, reach out to Beccah.
Yeah. Just go ahead and give me a phone call. Just cuddle up and we can talk and you can try to sell your book to me.
But make sure you take your allergy medication beforehand.
Yeah, that's also a thing. See, I also feel like maybe I've just had a hard, these hard feelings towards cats because I've been allergic to them my whole life. So I've never been able to really love them like they deserve. So maybe I've put distance between us. Like I've tried to be like, cats. Cat detectives, how lame. But now I'm reading these books and I'm like, I just need a cat. But I wouldn't be able to breathe. So then maybe I could be the 8th story about how I literally suffered because I just needed this cat so much that like every day I couldn't see and I couldn't breathe, but it was worth it because me and this cat's love.
Well, anytime you want to hug a cat and not breathe, you're welcome to come over to my house.
I know. And I take allergy pills before I come. And I do hug those cats and then I go wash my hands immediately. Anyways, so that's what I'm currently reading.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah. So the cat detectives, go ahead and give me a phone call.
Shout out to all the cats.
Yeah. I'm trying to make some pun with them having 9 lives, but it's just not working out.
They got 9 lives and they're going to solve a murder with 8 of them.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's like the blurb. It's like, they risked 8 lives for the case. Will they be able to solve it with their last life?
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh, what would be the mashup though? But then they find romance with like the dog down the street.
I was saying, who are they finding romance with? This can go in different genre.
I was going to say. There are genres that exist that it could be a human.
Shifter. Just make them a shifter.
A
Cat shifter.
A cat shifter detective novel. Oh. Cat shifter detective. I feel like I just started a genre.
I think your list of books you have to write is getting longer and longer.
I know. But what if I did write a cat book? I know nothing about cats. It would be like, then I would need to apologize to Twilight. Stephanie, what's her name?
Stephanie Meyer.
Stephanie Meyer. Because I was like, she shouldn't have wrote that. She didn't know anything about vampires. She didn't know anything about vampire mythology.
You writing a book about cats.
That'd be me writing a book about cats. Like, and then it meowed. Like, that's my knowledge of cats. It purred. Its tail wrapped around the ankle of the murderer. This is literally my knowledge of cats. So that's...
You're doing great so far.
Yeah.
3 for 3.
You know, I think I would nail it. You need to get us away from cats or I'm not going to be...
Well, ask me what I'm reading.
I feel like I did. Did I
No.
not? Oh. So stubborn. What are you currently reading?
Okay.
Something. I hope there's a cat in it.
I don't think there's a cat in it.
How do you know you're not all the way done with it yet?
That's true. There could be a surprise third act cat.
Oh, those tricky surprise third act cats. They'll get you every time.
Nope. In comparison, the book I'm reading is probably going to be a bit of a downer.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see. We will see. Okay. This is The Girls Who Grew Big by Layla Motley.
I know why you're reading this.
Why?
Because it's on a Goodreads, badge.
It might be. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw it.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
great.
is.
Then I'll get the badge for it.
You already got the badge though for that category.
Okay. Probably. This is one that I've had in my like holds on Libby. Like I've had to unsuspend it for like 4 or 5 months because I like wanted to read it and I was just never in the mood for it.
Yeah. I think it was in the Black History Month badge.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's
because when I was trying to find like which book I wanted to read, I saw that one because I recognize the cover.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me tell you about it.
I didn't read the blurb, so
From the author of Oprah's book club pick and New York Times bestseller, Night Crawling, which I did see on the Goodreads thing for like past award winners or past choice winners.
That sounds familiar to me.
Night Crawling. I want to read that one too. Here's an astonishing new novel about the joys and entanglements of a fierce group of teenage mothers in a small town on the Florida Panhandle. Okay. Adela Woods is 16 years old and pregnant. Her parents banish her from their comfortable upbringing in Indiana to her grandmother's home in the small town of Padua Beach, nope, not California. That word is Florida. Padua Beach, Florida. When she arrives, Adela meets Emery, who brings her newborn to high school, determined to graduate despite the odds. Simone, mother of 4-year-old twins, who weighs her options when she finds herself pregnant again, and the rest of the girls, a group of outcast young moms who raise their growing brood in the back of Simone's red truck. The town thinks the girls have lost their way, but really they are finding it, looking for love, making and breaking friendships, and navigating the miracle of motherhood and the paradox of girlhood. Full of heart and life and hope, set against the shifting sands of those friends' secrets and betrayals, The Girls Who Grew Big confirms Layla Motley's promise and offers an explosive new perspective on what it means to be a young woman. Thoughts?
Sounds like one that is gonna be a little hard.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like utterly depressing, but it sounds like there's going to be lots of feelings happening.
There are, and it's one of those, so there's 3 main characters, Emery, Adela, and Simone, and it like shifts back and forth between their POVs.
Okay.
And like each of them have secrets from the other, and as we keep going, like you can tell those secrets are all going to like come to light, and there's going to be like a reckoning. So I haven't gotten to the reckoning yet. But I will say the writing is beautiful. It is so good. This is like, I guess, contemporary fiction, but it's like leaning literary.
Okay.
And it is so beautiful, the writing. It's like very insightful of like what it means to be a girl and a woman and a mother. And it's really nice.
Like, it sounds really interesting. It really does. It sounds like it would be really good.
Yeah. I think the reason I ended up putting this on hold is because my cousin Caitlin,
I literally was just looking at who had read it.
She was like, it was one of the best books I read all year, last year.
Oh, really?
She did say it was brutal, though.
Okay, well,
so
I reckon I won't read it.
I'll let you know, because I think a lot of it you would like. I think it's going to come down to the ending for you of like, if it's...
Well, and sometimes I do like those like brutal stories, but it has to be what kind of...
Yeah. Well, in the blurb, it says like there's hopeful tone to it. So I hope... We'll see. But it is so good. It's one of those where like I lay in bed listening to the audiobook at night because I don't want to stop reading, and then I fall asleep and wake up and have to like scoot it back because I fell asleep while listening to it. But it's so good. I want to keep listening to it.
Classic Summer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's me.
When you said the title, lots of meanings pop into my head. So it's like already the title in itself creates so much interest for me because I'm like, what does that mean? Like, I'm teaching semantics in class right now in my modern grammar class, and like how one sentence, depending on where the inflection is or like the order of like the words, but like
the different associations.
Like, I don't think what I was thinking, obviously that could be like them growing up, which sounds like it is kind of a story of them growing up, but also they're getting pregnant in it. So then like growing
their bellies
that
are
way.
growing big.
And so like that is all very intriguing to me, like how this title could mean a lot of different things all at once.
And I think the book itself explores a lot of themes and ways that you would like, because it can be taken in many ways too. Yeah.
Because like obviously the second you read that, and when you hear that title, I think for a lot of people, the connotations at first were a little negative in my head. Like The Girls Who Grew Big, I'm kind of like, I don't really like that phrasing. Like that was my first thought. And then I was like, well, maybe it's like an age reference, or maybe it's a...
And I do think it is like either regional / cultural like title too, like a phrase that they say for pregnant women in like Southern Florida, maybe Black culture. Like,
what's the time
they grew
period?
big.
Did you say?
It's current.
Oh, it's current. Okay. So I don't know. The title really intrigues me, I guess. So the title in itself makes me want to read it because like I want to see how much play is happening with that. But yeah, it sounds like it could be kind of heavy.
I think I had some preconceived notions going into it because it's about like teen mothers. And so I thought it was going to be like in the hallway standing by the lockers, these girls talking about pregnancy. And it's like not. It's very much like life.
Okay.
And like, yes, they're teenagers, so there are moments where they're at school, but it's like a lot of the obstacles that they're facing trying to continue their education once.
So it doesn't feel like, it's not like YA, like you're not feeling,
Definitely
you're
not.
not reading like this high school, like.
Definitely not.
Interesting.
It explores a lot of like bigger themes, and I'm loving it so far. Okay, Beccah, what is up next for you?
Okay. It's a second in a series, but I think it would be cool to give a shout out to the series anyways.
Is it one we've talked about?
We've not talked about it on the show before. Okay. We have probably talked about it. I would think that you have probably heard of it, but it is a little, the first one came out a couple years ago. The Stardust Thief.
I don't know.
I think you know it. Have you seen that?
No.
The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah.
Okay.
So I read The Stardust Thief a few years ago when it came out, actually with the Book of the Month book. It is definitely like, if you guys like 1001 Nights, that it's like that, those vibes. So the second one came out this past year, and I missed that it had come out. And I just literally, okay, so I read this book, The Stardust Thief, and I made my husband read it because I thought he would like it because it is, obviously it's fantasy, but it's like genies. So, well, they call, obviously it's jinn, but I'm saying genies for just like, that would be the more common reference that people I think would understand what I'm saying. But they're going to be referred to as jinn in the book.
Sure.
And so it was just like fun. It was just different type of fantasy. And so like I like begged my husband to read it, and he loved it. And after he was like, so when does the next one come out? I was like, I don't know. Like it's whatever. And literally last week we're like making the bed or something. I don't know. And he was like, when is the Stardust Thief like sequel ever going to come out? We read this like 2 years ago. And I was like, where did that come from? He's like, I think about it all the time. So I was like, I don't know. Let's look. And it had already come out.
You missed it.
And he was like, how dare you? So it's been on my hold list. But now I kind of feel like I need to reread the first one because it's been like 2 years. But I loved it. So I might just set up the series. I think that would be a little bit more fun for the reader because obviously you would have to read the first one.
Sure.
Because where the first one ends is where the second one picks up. So let's start up the first one. Start with the first one because I am going to reread it too. So maybe that actually
What's
is what
the
I'm
name
about.
of the one that just came out?
Okay, so the Stardust Thief is the number one, and then the Ashfire King is number two.
Never heard.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's read the blurb for the first one. All right. Inspired by stories from 1001 Nights, this book weaves together the gripping tale of a legendary smuggler, a cowardly prince, and a dangerous quest across the desert to find a legendary magical lamp. Neither here nor there, but long ago. Lulai al-Nazari is the midnight merchant, a criminal who, with the help of her jinn bodyguard, hunts and sells illegal magic. When she saves the life of a cowardly prince, she draws the attention of his powerful father, the Sultan, who blackmails her into finding an ancient lamp that has the power to revive the barren land, at the cost of sacrificing all jinn. With no choice but to obey or be executed, Lulai journeys with the Sultan's oldest son to find the artifact. Aided by her bodyguard, who has secrets of his own, they must survive ghoul attacks, outwit a vengeful jinn queen, and confront a malicious killer from Lulai's past. And in a world where story is reality and illusion is truth, Lulai will discover that everything, her enemy, her magic, even her own past, is not what it seems. And she must decide who she will become in this new reality.
Wow.
So the story, again, like if you are a fantasy reader, I don't think we read a lot of fantasy from this part of the world, unless it's like an interest of yours. Like this is not what's like selling out in like American bookstores, right? some of that reading that probably sounded like, oh, it kind of sounds like Aladdin in places. Well, that's where 1001 Nights. Those were all those stories came from.
I like that she is the thief.
And I will say, obviously, there's some parts of it for you romance people out there. There is potential like connection there. Like you're going to love a couple of the characters and like really be wanting for things to happen. But I'll tell you, it is going to be like an extremely slow burn.
Okay.
So it is not something that's going to happen in the first book.
Sure.
Because I remember as I was reading it, I was like, oh my gosh, like, are these two people? Because you just like love them, if that makes sense. And like, you know, I'm the person that like when that starts getting stuck in my head, I'm like,
that's all you want.
That's all I want. So like I literally Googled it and it was like nothing happens. I was like, okay, good. I can just move on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a good warning if you're like me, because I don't want you just to be reading it for these people.
Dashed expectations.
Yeah. Or just be reading it, just waiting for them to like get together or whatever. Because it's way more complicated than that, because there's a lot on the line. Like there really is, but it's really interesting because basically there is like, she sells magical artifacts, but the guy who travels with her is a djinn, but people don't know he is. And so it's like, why is he with her when no one really knows where any of the djinn are? So, because they're obviously, a lot of them are like in hiding. Anyways.
Okay.
Or are they even still around, and like all these things. And you have like a really corrupt power system, and yeah.
It sounds amazing.
A lot of mistaken identity.
Oh.
Also, one of the like, it's like the Sultan, and he has two sons, and like the guard. Well, like one of the guard that go with them on this journey is also a woman.
Ooh,
and she
that's cool.
is a baddie, and you will like be obsessed.
I'm already obsessed. Like I want to read this right now.
Yeah. So, like I said, it was really fun. I had read like in my like English degree, I had read like some of 1001 Nights and stuff like that,
which we will be reading for Classics Book Club this year.
We will. And so that was like probably my biggest exposure. And Aladdin is my favorite Disney movie, just so you guys know. But I have not read a lot from like that part of the world. And so I remember being just kind of intrigued, because I always love fantasy from other cultures.
Yeah.
Because it just feels so
you
different,
learn so
and you
much.
learn so much, and you get to learn like that lore and like, so that's what drew me to it. But I am so excited about reading the second one. But now reading that, I'm like, man, I really do need to read the first one again, because I loved it. Like, yeah, I read it 2023.
Almost 3 years ago.
Almost 3 years ago. And okay, so she, the author, she is an American Kuwaiti. Is that how you say it? Kuwaiti? She's from Kuwait. Yeah, so American Kuwaiti writer.
Cool.
Where she grew up listening to stories about mysterious desert creatures and wily heroes. And so that's
very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon I'll read it.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought we had talked about this book before.
No.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And like I said, just a completely different like fantasy world. I also just love like a good, fun, different magic system, because I feel like so many of them are similar.
Yeah.
And genies, like, come on. It's fun. All right, what are you reading?
Okay, so up next for
She's
me.
like hiding something from me. Okay.
Oh, I don't think you've heard of it.
You were just like holding it like very,
I was trying to be quiet.
like, she cannot see what's in my hand.
I don't think you've heard of this. So up next for me is Lady Tremaine
I mean, I've heard the name Lady Tremaine,
by Rachel Hockhauser.
but I have not heard of this. That cover.
So this I've heard a lot of buzz about this. This just released. This was actually my March Book of the Month pick. It's, what I've heard is that it's like a Cinderella retelling, or not retelling, but like the Cinderella story from the stepmother's point of view.
Is that the stepmother's name in Cinderella?
I think so.
Okay, because I was like, why do I know that name?
Yeah. So I haven't read.
So is this like a villain origin story?
Or is it like a reframing? I think it's in the lens of like, like Circe by Madeline Miller kind of reframed who we think of as a villain, but like from a different perspective, from her perspective.
Okay.
I think that's what this is. So let me read the blurb. Twice widowed, Lady, Etheldreda, Lady Etheldreda Verity Isolde Tremaine Bramley.
Oh my gosh. The fact that it kept going. Sorry.
Yeah. Is solely responsible for her 2 children, a priggish stepdaughter, a razor-taloned peregrine falcon, and a crumbling manor. Fierce and determined, Ethel clings to the respectability her deceased husband's title affords her, hoping it will secure her daughter's futures through marriage. When a royal ball offers the chance to change everything, Ethel risks her pride in pursuit of an invitation for all 3 of her daughters, only to see her hopes fulfilled by the wrong one. As an engagement to the future king unfolds, Ethel discovers a sordid secret hidden in the depths of the royal family, forcing her to choose between the security she craves and the well-being of the stepdaughter who has rebuffed her at every turn. Exhilarating to its core, Lady Tremaine reimagines the myth of the evil stepmother at the heart of the world's most famous fairy tale. It is a battle cry for a mother's love for her daughters and a celebration of women everywhere who make their own fortunes.
Okay. Interesting.
I know.
I don't know if I want the evil stepmother's
I don't
point of
think I
view.
do. I don't think I would have got this from just that alone because I'm like, yeah, I don't need it. Same reason that I didn't read Battle of Songbirds and Snakes when that was announced because I was like, I don't want to know from President Snow's perspective.
I know. I don't want to have any like
Sympathy, empathy.
I don't want that.
But
Get that out of here. I hate empathy.
but you know how susceptible to buzz I am.
I know. You do love a good buzzy book.
I do. I want to know what people are talking about.
Buzz, buzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. So because I have heard so many good things about this, I got it. And I'm intrigued by it. I'm like, what's so great about it? I want to know.
Let's read a couple of reviews.
Okay. You got some?
I haven't pulled up, but I have not even read any yet. Okay, this is a good one. Every so often, a book takes a story you think you know by heart and cracks it wide open. I'm not reading the whole thing because it's really long, so we're not going to do that one. I'm so sorry to the author, but I'm simply not picking up what you're trying to put down. That's funny. Basically, this review is about, I have a hard time. I find it a bit impossible that the evil stepmother would be so big on feminism. Oh, I love it. Now I need to find some 1 stars. Hold on. Oh, there's not very many 1 stars.
I'm telling you, everyone loves this book.
Okay, let's see. Honestly, I found this boring.
Okay.
I love the simple people who just leave these I wish my brain would allow me to do that on Goodreads.
To not be like thorough.
Yeah. Just didn't enjoy it. All right, well.
Yeah.
There's no real
Do you
good
reckon
quotes.
you'll read this?
The quotes really let me down. I'm not going to lie. Or the reviews really let me down.
Because it's supposed to be amazing. And you just like a hot take.
I do like a hot take and I like a funny 1-star review.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was just boring. That is a good one. But
do you reckon you'll read it?
I don't know. I'm not really overwhelmed by hearing about or underwhelmed. I'm just whelmed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like if I got around to it, I'm not like, ugh, get that book away from me. But I also am not drawn to it.
I wish I could resist the temptation of a buzzy book, but I cannot.
But that's why I think I personally, selfishly, I'm glad that you can't because then you can read it and tell me if I need to read it.
Yeah, that's true.
I also, the last buzzy book that you read that you requested last month.
Yes.
Sorry, last podcast for me. I started it.
Which one was it now?
The Nationals.
Oh, yes, yeah. The favorites.
The Nationals. The fact that you knew what I meant is great. Yeah, The Favorites.
Yeah.
And then I ran out of Spotify hours, so I gotta wait till those refill. So I'm like 40% in.
Okay.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Also, man, I'm really sad.
Yeah, that's Wuthering Heights for you, buddy.
Yeah. So, anyways, I
Okay.
need you to read this buzzy one and then tell me.
I will. I'll report back.
I do like a villain story, but I like villain stories for villains that I have some type of like, I can see why they're like that. I can see like what would make a person do these things. But she's just such like a minor character, even in the original.
Yeah.
Like that's literally her only like job is just to be like
She's just a caricature.
She's just a caricature of like an evil stepmom. So I think I'm having a hard time like caring about this person's fictional person's like life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does. We will see. Okay, Beccah. That was our reading roundup.
It was.
Now it is time for our spotlight segment. Today we are talking about something we reference all the time, but have never actually explained. So this is our capital letter / lowercase letter genre system.
I've done it this episode.
I know, bringing it back to our spur of the moment question.
I was trying not to do it in the spur of the moment question because I knew we were going to talk about it, but I was like, I can't say what I need to say.
I know. It's just like something that we do seamlessly.
Yeah. And I've caught myself doing it in conversations with people who have no clue what I'm talking about.
And they're like, what do you mean?
Yes. And then I'm always like, okay, well, like this is what I mean. And they're like, oh, okay. So I don't know how many times we've made this reference on live on recording. But.
Well, I know. So when I was editing our last episode, that's when I caught on that I was like, oh, wait, hang on. We do this all the time. And I don't think we've ever explained it.
Okay.
So that's why I want to dig in a little bit more.
Yeah. So basically what we're doing here is that when a book falls into like multiple genres, which we've talked about multiple tonight, like The Cat Detective. What did I mash it up with? Thriller?
Inanimate object / shifters.
The shapeshifter.
Yeah.
The Cat Detective. But sometimes it can kind of be confusing to know which is the main genre and which is like the secondary genre. So for example, a book can be a mystery with a little touch of romance, or it can be a romance with like this little mystery side plot, which is what I said that I would like to see more of on the first question.
Yeah, so we use this capital letter or lowercase letter language to label which genre we think is taking the lead role and which is taking the supportive role, which I think I have talked a little bit about at one point when we were referencing the Allie Carter author talk that I went
early.
to.
Like one of the first few episodes we recorded, I think.
Because she does this a lot in her novels where she writes romance, but there's a lot of like external plot and other things going on, like mystery, like thriller. And so she talked about the difference between like a romantic suspense and like a romance and mystery. If both letters are capital. So I have heard this referenced in like author spaces, but I don't know that I ever have heard it in like reader spaces necessarily. But you and I think I did this and you picked up on it.
Well, because you told me about listening to Allie Carter talk about it like that. And you were like, oh, like it, I think we were in a fight. I think we were having a classic Summer Beccah disagreement about what was classifying a romance. I think.
Oh, yep, that sounds right.
And you were like, well, if it's a romance, it has to have this, this, and this. And I was like, well, why does it have to have that? And you're like, because those are the key characters. Yeah, we were having like a one of our just like fun little debates. And you were like, well, is it a capital R romance or a lowercase r romance? And I was like, how do you know what you're talking about? And I think that's kind of how. But then I was like, oh, it's so brilliant. And so we've just kind of claimed it as our own.
What I hear is you think I'm brilliant. I will accept that praise.
Did I just let that slip? I've been trying to keep the lid on that compliment. I'm just kidding. I tell everyone you're brilliant.
Thanks.
Okay. So basically what we're doing, though, the rule is the capital letter genre is the one running the show. So if we say, oh, it's a capital R romance, we mean the main genre is romance. So that's the one that like sets the structure that the story needs to follow. Like that is like the form it needs to take, the different tropes it needs to like kind of satisfy. Because when you read a romance, as a reader, you expect something. So if it's a capital R romance, ultimately it needs to satisfy those like
hallmarks of the genre.
Yes. Hallmarks of the genre. What a great phrase. So, or again, like if it's a capital M mystery, the book needs to solve a mystery, and there needs to, like, that's the promise it's making to the reader.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. But the book might still have a lowercase r romance happening in the background. They fall in love, but maybe that's not the main point of the book. It's just a bonus. So if it's a lowercase, it may not need to necessarily fulfill all of the requirements of the genre.
Right. So whenever earlier it was interesting that we brought up Allie Carter, but her Christmas book.
Mm-hmm. Most Wonderful Crime of the Year.
So cute. And I was like, oh, but is it a mystery or is it a romance? And like, or is it a capital M and a capital R? Or is it, like, because she blends genres really well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the only book I read of hers. So, but I know you've read others.
Yeah.
And you like how she
and
constructs.
I think in that she does follow the hallmarks of both of those genres. Like they're both there.
Yeah. So yeah, I still think it's probably for sure a capital M because they're solving a mystery. But I do think the romance is.
I think it is too. I think it's capital R.
Capital R.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah. The question is obviously that sometimes we're going to ask is how do we know which is which? Because even that, we were just talking about it. It's like, well, which one is it? Or is it both? And I would say that most of the time it's pretty obvious. Like, obviously with that book, we automatically know that the mystery is there because they're solving that. So the best way to kind of determine is which genre is like setting the rules. And that I think is typically your main genre. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Like we were talking about the hallmarks of the genre, or like the certain patterns or tropes that you see in the genre. Like, for example, in a mystery, you're going to have red herrings, you're going to have suspects, you're going to have clues, and there's got to be some sort of satisfying reveal at the end.
Yeah, because like sometimes, when people who like, oh, or like for romance, for example, it's like, oh, well, why do you want to read that? It's the same thing. Why do you watch Hallmark movies? They're all exactly the same. Well, of course they are, because those are the different like patterns or tropes that genre
they have to fulfill.
So like in romance, we might not get red herrings, but we're going to get a meet cute of some sort. We're going to get some type of emotional tension. We're going to get a big miscommunication breakup 3/4 of the way through. And then obviously it has to have a happy ending. And I think that's what we were fighting about. Yeah. I keep saying fighting.
For it to be a capital R romance, there has to be a happily ever after, happy for now, some sort of happy ending.
Yeah. And I didn't necessarily agree with that. And I think that's what we were debating.
If something was a capital R romance or not. Yeah. I think you're right. I forgot about that.
I haven't. Just kidding. Every night I'm at home and I'm like, man, how am I going to prove to her that there's one out there that's not happily ever after?
Well, so yeah, when a romance is lowercase r, those things might show up, just not as like the main structure of the story. So like, that's why sometimes people feel disappointed by a book. Maybe they went in expecting a capital R romance, but it was actually just a lowercase r subplot. Yeah.
I think for a good example of that would be The Wedding People.
Yeah.
So many people were disappointed with that book because the cover and kind of the hype, the buzz, I think made people like they were wanting this capital R romance.
Right. It looked like a rom-com.
It is literally about suicide.
Yeah.
But there is a lowercase r romance happening in it. But it's definitely a subplot.
Right. You are not, or hopefully are not expecting the hallmarks of a romance in that book, because that's not what it's trying to do.
Yes. And if you are, you're going to leave disappointed, like what you just said, which a lot of people were. So, and again, it can also be the flip side of that, the opposite, that you think you're getting like this thriller and suddenly the whole book just becomes about their relationship.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just want horror. I don't want horror romance. So anyways, this is why we describe the books like that a lot. Because genre expectations definitely matter to us. Like we want to know going in, especially like we are both very like genre hoppers.
Yeah.
But you go into genres that I'm not willing to go into. Yeah. And so like, I need to know exactly what are my genre like patterns and tropes to see if I want to read it or not.
Yes, I agree. And I also like to know those type of things so I can be aware when something is doing something fresh or like breaking those tropes.
Right, which I think you can break them. And sometimes that's what makes a book really like unique or refreshing.
Yeah.
To be honest, like it happens in media too. Like that's why some of these like big hot like TV shows, like think like what was it, like K-pop Demon Hunters? Like why was it blowing up like TV streaming records and things like that? Because it was doing things just a little different and like bringing like this freshness to this genre, and like people were just obsessed. I mean, literally songs from that were like on the radio's like top.
Yeah. Some of the songs of the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Like, especially like again for this, the older millennial over here, I'm like watching this preview come up on my Netflix every 2 seconds. And I was like, what is this? And it just like took the world by storm. Right. And so there are times where authors are doing this and it's like, oh, like that's really cool that they're breaking the rules. Typically, they're still going to get around to the same like fulfillment, but I do sometimes like when there's like a fresh difference to it.
And that does make it fresh when you are blending genres.
Yes.
And you have to honor the conventions of both. And how are you going to do that? Because that is new. And
Right. Or like when you have these classic, like I think romance in particular, like you have these classic expectations of romance genres. Well, like romance looks different today. Romance is more complicated. It's always been complicated, but you know what I'm saying? Like, and so being able to explore some of those themes, like what does miscommunication look like today versus what it looked like 100 years ago? Or is it that different at all? You know, like that's what's, I don't know. I just went really English teacher there.
I love this. This is stuff that
I love English teacher, Beccah.
Well, you know I love English teacher,
I said you were
Beccah.
brilliant. Say something.
Oh, Beccah, you know I love English teacher, Beccah.
You guys love how I made her compliment me. Say it, Summer.
I love you, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I want to hear it from all the cats out there, too.
No, I'm here like genuinely shaking because I'm so excited and like passionate about this kind of stuff. I love talking about the nuances of like, genre and all these things. It's like why we have a podcast, I guess.
I mean, but you know, it really is because some, like, obviously we have tons of like book lovers and I have so many friends that I love talking books with, but this is like the nerdy stuff you and like, I like cannot get past. Like we're like, no. Is this, and we're gonna like both go head to head because Summer does not like me to be right, first of all, ever. So she's always
so mad. I get so mad when we're arguing and then you're right.
So she's always gonna be like, but I love it because she's like, no, this is my argument. And you're gonna like, I'm like, okay, you know. So
like that time I got mad at you because of milk.
She did get mad at me over milk.
I got mad. Okay, listeners. I want to keep talking about this. So let us know, what do you think about this? Does this make sense to you about the capital lowercase letters?
Have we just rocked your whole world?
Yeah.
I can't
are you
believe
like
I said that? I'm so sorry.
Reconsidering things now? Like, oh, well, that book was this. Give us some feedback. DM us. Let
Is there
us
like
know.
a book that you didn't like and now looking back being like, oh.
I thought it was a romance, but actually it was a...
Yeah. Oh, because if I think a book's a romance and I go in and it's like sad or... Not that those cannot be romances, but you know what I mean.
And I do think this happens a lot where authors who more than likely are not romance authors try to do something like groundbreaking and fresh by not having a happily ever after. But they don't clearly state that. They sell it as a capital R romance. And then people are mad because they're not fulfilling the requirements of the genre.
Right. Which is why, hot take, Little Women.
Is it a romance?
No. It's a tragedy. No, but I mean, like,
that's an interesting
that
point.
Would be an interesting conversation.
But you also need context about Louisa May Alcott for that.
I know. And like, she did not want to write a capital R romance.
She didn't want to have a happy ending. She didn't want to have a...
And so out of spite, she just ruined my life. That's for sure. She said, one day there's going to be someone who's going to read this in the future and they're not going to be able to get over it.
And her name is Beccah Bland.
She is going to throw this book across the room in the middle of the night. And she was right.
Louisa said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louisa said that. And then I'm confirming that, yes, you were right. I did throw your book across the room.
Okay, Beccah. That was so much fun.
That was fun.
I had fun with that one. Well, that is it for this episode of I Reckon I'll Read It. Thank you for listening and joining in on our bookish discussions.
If you enjoyed our podcast, please take a moment to rate and review us on whichever platform you're using to listen. This will help us grow and find more people to talk books with. And
connect with us on social media. You can find us at I Reckon I'll Read It on Instagram.
We're going to cut and run. Join us next episode on I Reckon I'll Read It.
Bye.
I think we would be having a cat riot happening. Respect cat stories, rights. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to be done now. I was just picturing these little cats lined up outside my window.
Protesting.
Holding mini signs in their paws.
I love how much you're loving this. You're just going with a bit.
I see the whole thing before me. Okay.
You can probably see it in an AI video too. There's a lot of AI cat videos out there.
Can someone please make this into a cat video and send it to me? Please. I would.
Put my mom on the case. She finds a lot of those AI cat videos and DMs them to me.
You heard her. Get on it.